Welcome to TYT Sports. Francis Maxwell here with Lindsay McCormick, and we are also joined by Ben Goldstein from Cage Potato to talk some UFC. Now, if you want to watch free fights, track upcoming news, and get the latest MMA news from theCage, it's an app available to download in the App Store and Google Play. Go and download it now. So, straight into it, we're going to talk about Hendricks versus Lawler, part 2, their second fight. A little controversy surrounding this fight. Ben Goldstein, of course, here from Cage Potato, is going to give us a rundown.
Ben, I was upset. I didn't think that Lawler should have won. I think he dominated the first round and the fifth round, but I didn't agree with him winning judge's decision.
I felt the exact same way. I mean, I thought the vast majority of this fight was controlled by Johny Hendricks. His takedowns, his striking, all those leg kicks that Lawler didn't even attempt to defend. Yeah, I agree. I think Lawler did enough to win the first round. He was clearly on fire in the fifth round. Round 4 was close, but I still had it for Hendricks. So scoring it 49-46 for Lawler, like Glenn Trowbridge did, that's unconscionable. I don't get it. I don't know what fight he was watching, and it's a shame that that scorecard essentially decided the outcome of this fight. And, you know, I love Robbie Lawler. I think anybody who's been a fan of the sport for a long time probably has a soft spot in their heart for Robbie Lawler. Great guy, great fighter. Who doesn't love a comeback story? But let's put aside our personal affection for him and tell it like it is. He doesn't deserve to be UFC welterweight champion right now.
So what I noticed from the start is that Lawler comes out fighting from the start of the very first round. He comes out swinging, and that kind of maybe caught the judge's eye. I don't know too much about it, but I know specifically in round 5 he ended the strongest of the two fighters, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe that could have swayed the judge's vote. I don't know. As again, Satan, not an expert, just a fan.
It could, but listen, you got to score these fights round by round. It's a 10-point must system. Yeah, he won the first round. He won the fifth round. That's 2 out of the 5 rounds. That's not enough to win. You know, Hendricks, like it or not, you know, he was getting his butt kicked to the end of the fight, but he did enough to win, in my opinion.
I mean, Hendricks had a lot of takedowns. Do you think that the judges just didn't take those into account or didn't weight them as much as fans did?
That's an interesting question, very interesting, because he wasn't doing a lot of damage with those takedowns. He was spending a lot of time on top. For me, that's a criteria that you would give him, you know, those rounds. But sometimes judges don't take leg kicks into account enough. I don't know, they see it as sort of a low impact, low quality kind of strike. And you see Hendricks landing leg kick after leg kick. I don't know, maybe those judges didn't count him as much as they should. Maybe they just tuned out after a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you said, Robbie Lawler definitely was ecstatic after his win. There was definitely something that everyone wasn't expecting, because he came out in one of the statements here that said, you got to feel happy for the veteran Lawler, who was definitely jacked up in adrenaline. If you see his post-match interview, he was definitely delighted, and he says, that's how we fight in the UFC, that's how we fight championship fights, I did it. So as you said, maybe a soft spot there for him, because it was a comeback story, and he was delighted with his win.
I mean, Lawler's a great guy to root for. You know, we've covered that, but, you know, maybe this is exactly the reason why we need to see that third fight booked right away. The next welterweight contender in line in the UFC is Rory McDonald, who Lawler beat last November. I just don't think fans are clamoring to see that one happen again. I don't know. I'm not really. So yeah, I say book the rubber match between Johny Hendricks and Robbie Lawler. I think just to sort out this controversy, you know, put it to rest once and for all. You know, have them fight each other every 6 months until someone gets knocked out. You know, that's fine with me.